Look at this board. The numbers are green, trading volume is surging, and retail investors are pouring money into new IPOs and systematic investment plans, or SIPs. The sheer scale of this retail participation is staggering. By early 2024, the Indian mutual fund industry hit an AUM, assets under management, of nearly 82 lakh crore rupees. On paper, domestic wealth is expanding at a blistering pace. But veteran banker Uday Kotak recently issued a stark warning. He observed that India has financialized too quickly. We are becoming incredibly efficient at moving capital around on screens, but we remain highly vulnerable when it comes to the physical production of the goods we actually consume. Imagine a closed village of exactly 10 people. Every single resident opens a brokerage account and begins aggressively trading financial assets with their neighbors. The prices go up. Everyone feels richer. But no one in this village is planting crops. No one is building machinery. No one is operating a factory. The numbers climbing on their screens represent nothing tangible. Paper wealth and speculative trading can only survive if they are anchored by a real-world physical economy that actually produces something. This brings us to an uncomfortable truth about local industry. Many businesses that claim to be manufacturers are actually just importing pre-made components from abroad, screwing them together, and attaching a domestic logo. True economic power requires deep manufacturing. That means a nation controls the entire life cycle of a product, designing the proprietary technology, securing the raw materials, controlling the internal supply chain, and owning the final patents. We no longer live in an era of friendly, frictionless free trade. Nations like China are actively weaponizing their supply chains and rare earth mineral monopolies to exert geopolitical leverage over relying countries. In response, European countries are rapidly accelerating their defense budgets. Global diplomacy is pivoting away from peace conferences and toward hard economic and military power balancing. Look at the sheer volume of imported goods sitting in this port. A nation that relies completely on foreign suppliers for its components is entirely at the mercy of competing global superpowers. You can see our deepest vulnerability right here in the energy sector. Despite domestic growth, the economy operates almost entirely on imported crude oil, arriving on foreign vessels. When geopolitical tension erupts in the Middle East, crude prices immediately spike. This weakens the rupee and sends international freight and shipping costs soaring. This dynamic creates imported inflation. The higher external freight costs instantly bleed into domestic factory operations, increasing the price of agricultural fertilizers and local logistics and raw materials for basic production. At the exact same time, artificial intelligence tools are starting to automate tasks like coding, data processing, and customer support. Without building a massive physical manufacturing base, there are no alternative jobs waiting to absorb a displaced white-collar workforce. This creates a dual threat for the middle class. Service sector jobs shrink due to automation, while imported inflation ensures the monthly grocery bill steadily doubles, squeezing household survival. A significant part of this problem stems from domestic corporate leadership. Too many promoters and startup founders prioritize quarterly margins, media PR, and pre-IPO valuations over the difficult work of actual product innovation. Nation building cannot be outsourced entirely to the government. The private sector must absorb the aggressive risk required to build massive new factories and develop complex defense technology ecosystems. Business success needs to be judged by CapEx, capital expenditure. We need to see bigger physical capacities, more domestic patents filed, and millions of tangible jobs created. For retail investors, this means looking past stock market hype. You must rigorously analyze balance sheets, verify order books, and track actual execution in heavy, tangible sectors like rail, defense, and renewable energy equipment. On a personal level, prepare for immediate financial pressure. Global supply chain volatility will directly hit your household budget and your job security. Defend your personal balance sheet. Cut unnecessary expenses. Stop relying on equated monthly installments to fund your lifestyle, and eliminate high-interest credit card debt. Downloading a stock trading app does not build national power. We will only secure our economic future when we stop functioning solely as consumers and traders and start doing the heavy lifting of actual production.